Win $2,000 for mom this year for Mother's Day in San Antonio Sports Star's 2000 for Mom contest. Go to sasportstar.com and register for your chance to win. Get mom what she really wants for Mother's Day, cash, with San Antonio Sports Star's $2,000 for Mom contest. Welcome back to Halftime on San Antonio Sports Star. We're on ESPN AM 1250 and on 103.3 FM. We're on the go at sasportstar.com. My name's Michael Jimenez. James Pledger's riding shotgun with me today. Wanted to get into this conversation involving this Texas baseball official. So for those of you who haven't seen this, it's all over Twitter. You can Google it as well. Out in the Denton area, there was a baseball game for select 10-year-old players. For some reason, it was televised. I mean, that's, I guess, what they do these days. But what ended up happening was there was a play at the plate. And it was a bang-bang play at the plate, okay? And the umpire, home plate umpire, steps over, looks over at the play, signals safe. At that point, none of the players got upset. But of course, one of the parents, who's a manager of the team, got pissed off, went and approached the umpire. Now, mind you, the umpire looked like a big guy, but the manager was a lot bigger. Goes up to him, says something to him. The umpire throws him out. The parent turns around, two-hand shoves the umpire to the ground. And right now, police in the colony are now investigating this and are considering pressing charges against this particular manager. First of all, let's go back to the play. The kid was safe. He looked out, but he was safe. You got to apply the tag. The throw was there in time. My wife and I were looking at the play last night, and she was like, wasn't that guy out? Well, I was like, no, it wasn't a force out. You had to tag the guy. So the ball was at the catcher's mitt in time, but he was late in applying the tag. So when the guy slid in, he was safe. It looked bad. It looked like he was out, but he was safe. It was the right call to make. But even if it was the wrong call to make, you do not do that to an umpire. You do not do that in front of your kids. I mean, how disrespectful and how illegal that is. It is against the law in the state of Texas to attack an official at a sporting event. And it doesn't matter if it's AAU, CYO, doesn't matter if it's a UIL game or it's at the Wolf or the admissions game tonight. You cannot attack an official. But get this, man. I see it happen. I've seen the threats. I've heard the threats, not because I've heard them in the stands. It's because I'm an official myself. I've officiated basketball for 12 years, both San Antonio chapter and South Texas chapter when it comes to high school basketball. And the fact of the matter is that it's so strange hearing threats from the fans and being in that particular situation. And it's what you hear in the stands right now. If there's any reason why I may not officiate this upcoming season, it could be because I'm simply tired of the fans. They argue and complain about everything. And right now, high school basketball coaches from Northside, from Northeast, from SAISD, from all of these districts are all guilty of it. They have coaches who believe it is their job to argue every single call, even if they know that they're wrong. That is insane. And I am tired of it. Absolutely tired of it. And guess what? Good officials, myself included, are stepping back going, dude, this ain't worth it. It isn't worth it. And this is a UIL. These are paid district employees who are complete jerks out there, not because it was a bang-bang play, not because it was something that I missed or another official missed. No, they're arguing the most obvious of calls because they're trying to get an edge. Something bad is going to happen beyond what happened to this umpire who got shoved, probably got hurt a little bit. Something bad is going to happen. An official's going to die. And I cannot believe that we're going to wait for that to happen until change actually occurs. Now, I know laws have been created to protect, but the fact of the matter is that in the heat of the moment, with these dumb ass parents as managers, as coaches, that something bad is going to happen before people take that seriously. I did a game, a youth league game, and I don't know if it was AAU or what, but it took place I want to say I was over back in the day when South San High School was open. And we had teams from all over the state come by. There was teams from Houston, teams from McAllen, teams from Laredo, obviously the San Antonio and Austin area. And there was this tournament going on. And it was a youth tournament, but it was, these were select groups. Okay. And I don't remember which league it was. I don't know if it was AAU or what. But I had a parent come up to me on the court to argue a call. And Pledge, let me tell you what happened on that play. Okay. They had a player who got hurt underneath the basket.
Okay.
With about less than 30 seconds to go. And it's going the other way 5-on-4. At that point, it is up to the team that is down a man to foul somebody in order to stop play.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do that. So play continued. And I'm looking over. And I could have stopped the play. But fact of the matter is that I'm looking at the other side. The guy did not look like he was dying. It didn't look like he broke a leg. It just looked like he twisted his ankle. No big whoop. Okay. But I'm looking over here and they're playing 5-on-4 and the defense is not fouling. So the play continues and it goes to the end of the quarter. I mean, there was like 30 seconds to go. So 30 minutes went by. 30 seconds went by. And I look over and the coach is on the court along with a parent. So if the ball had gotten stolen and sent the other way, you would have had a parent and a coach on the court. And I looked over at the coach and I said,
seems like an injury.
Yes.
Waiting to happen.
Exactly. So I went over to the coach and I calmly explained the situation. First of all, I said, hey, is the player okay? And he goes, yeah, he's fine. He just twists his ankle a little bit. No big deal. He'll be fine. Just got to ice it down. And I knew it was that way because I see twisted ankles before, okay? They're not that big of a deal. But I explained to him, I said, Coach, you were on the court in the middle of a play and a parent was on the court in the middle of the play. You do realize that is not allowable. That is not acceptable. And therefore, there is a technical foul that needs to be assessed on this. You need to control your crowd. And I said, Coach, you do know that that's the rule. So I don't want to hear or see any theatrics on there because you know how it is. You know that that's the rule. You are in the wrong. So I prefaced the whole situation before I went to go report it. Before I was going to go report the foul, I explained the whole scenario to him. Then I go over the scores table. I assess the technical foul. And then he goes into these theatrics. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Oh, and he's like pretending like it was the worst thing in the world when I've already told him that the technical foul will be assessed. If you wanted to argue about it then. He didn't. He went into theatrics to play up to the crowd. The parent comes up to me with a handful of change and throws it at my feet and says, they obviously don't pay you enough. And I looked at that coach and I said, I know you guys are from Houston. We're promised 3 games. Y'all get out of this gym now. So I went to every single gym and said, all games are off until this team is gone. I want SAPD here and I want district police to come and protect me at this point. There was another time over at a gym. It was kind of like an AAU type of thing, but I don't believe it was AAU. There was a gym that was done, and this was televised, by the way, on one of those, networks for kids that are in youth leagues. And I did a game out there. This was Concepcion Park or Concepcion in that area. And I did a game where this team from another team from Houston got upset at me because they were losing to this team from McAllen. And the coach comes up to me, and again, this is not a district employee. This is a parent. Comes up to me and says, I'm going to kick your A after this game. And the guy was a little bit about my height, but I'm a stocky dude. And I remember replying to him, first of all, I've got the championship game after this, and this was the semis. So if you want to see me after the game, you're going to have to wait a couple of hours because you guys aren't going to be in the finals, A. I said, B, my car is that red car in the front that red truck in the front, and C, if you show up, I will not start this fight, but I will end it. Parents are insane. And one thing about me is that I've been told that I am a grenade, as in 99.99% of the time, I'm the happiest guy in the world. If you pull the pin, look out. And again, parents, stick your butts into the stands.
Shouldn't have told me that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
exactly.
start looking for the pen.
Your happy butts belong in the stands. Bad calls happen, man. And guess what? Sometimes the calls that you complain about, you're absolutely wrong about because you don't know what it is to travel, or you don't know how 3-second violation is called. You don't understand why late whistles happen. You don't understand because you're so used to watching the Spurs. You're so used to watching the Cowboys.
Oh, they complain about those calls too.
But those rules don't apply, man. The way that it's called in college and in high school is different. The rules are different.
Yes.
The court looks the same. The field looks the same, but it's different. And I hope with this guy in Dallas, in the Dallas area, out in Denton, being investigated by the Colony Police, man, I hope they throw the book at this guy. Set the example. Set the example. Not only go after him, go after his job. That guy is just scum. So go out there, and again, if I'm going to officiate this year, come by, say hi. You know, it's
Just open yourself up to it, huh?
Oh, I know, man. You know, they're gonna call me a flip-flopper when I'm out there making calls, but I love officiating basketball. But
Are you sure it's travel? You don't want to flip-flop that back?
You know, I am not the best official of all time, but I'm a pretty damn good one. And you know, I get pretty decent remarks or marks out there. So but man, if I don't officiate this year, it's not because I don't have the time. It's not because I don't want the paid exercise. It's because I don't want the headaches of dealing with fans who are just stupid.